Good morning, everyone. This is Olivia from DOS Tarot. I'm here to do a reading for the sign of everybody. This is one of the star readings. I don't set an indication for who it's going to be for, so I'm just going to go with the flow and see what we have. The first row here is the Nine of Wands, the Hermit, Strength card, and the Emperor. The Nine of Wands, this talks about something that you've been going through, some kind of struggle with something, and it's like it's too volatile for you and you're not able to determine what it is that you need to do. So right now you could be either defensive or defending. Either way, either you're defensive, meaning that you're not letting anybody in because there's something very volatile here, or you're defending something, protecting something that is something you want to keep working on, perhaps. Because the next card is the Hermit, which is going deep within and finding that wisdom within you. I have a feeling with the Hermit card here, it feels like you're learning some kind of lesson from something, some kind of situation that's volatile. It could be a relationship, it could be work, it could be maybe with family, but I don't really see that at this point. I think it's just within yourself is what I see. There's something within yourself that you're fighting and you're trying to clear it out. And I don't think you know yet what it is, but you're trying. You're looking at your wisdom within you. And with that said, it looks like the Strength card is possibly here, I want to say, because it's going to be something that's going to show up. Whatever you discover about the Nine of Wands for yourself individually, is you all that are watching, there's going to need to be strength for you to make it through this, because once you reach that point where you figure out what it is, the Emperor is here to show that you're waiting for your life to become more orderly again, instead of the volatile situation that you've been in. It's like you're wanting to come back to that sense of peace. And the second, that would be your most recent past, in the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and Temperance. I feel like you may be distracting yourself, or maybe you're at the point where you feel like there's something you need to start working on. And to me, when I see this beautiful card here, it also looks like there's a asking of working on transformation, maybe transforming yourself in some way. But look at all the butterflies. That indicates the Death card, which is a death and a rebirth. The moth becomes the butterfly. And it's also very spiritual. Look how big that butterfly is. And the wings. It's a beautiful card. Anyway, I feel like this is you. You're trying to determine what it is within you that maybe it's you that's causing something that's volatile. It could be you, but it could be some other person. At first I was thinking it could be the Emperor here, but I feel like that's you gaining your strength back after going through something and learning the lesson, and then finally, whatever the lesson is that you've learned, it's like you're ready now to get back to your orderly self. You want everything back in order the way it was prior to this turmoil of some sort. But anyway, the Eight of Pentacles, I do believe, is you working on something that's very creative, which is a way to get your mind off of it. And maybe it's because you feel like at this point you've learned as much as you can and you're ready to move on and go through some kind of transformation. And the Three of Wands, this is interesting because it's almost as if if you look at the card here, it's almost like you've got your hand on your hip, and it's like, well, I thought something was coming my way, but it's not. And it could be that whatever this volatile situation was, maybe you had hope that once you went through the learning of it and getting back to your truthful self, I think you may have thought that, well, maybe it's going to get better, whatever it was. And I think you're kind of leaning on that. You don't want to lose whatever that is, but you also at the same time are questioning, why isn't it happening? What am I doing wrong? And then the Temperance card here, which is Sagittarius, and then we have Aries, Leo, and Virgo. With Temperance here, though, this is talking about having the patience so that the divine can come in and balance something that needs balancing. But when I look at this card close, if you'll see that it does look like there's a lot of patience here, but there's two doves, one in one hand and one in the other one's flying off. I kind of feel like with this being the Temperance card, I feel like the balance is trying to maybe stay the course with this, or the person or situation you're wanting to stay with is they may be leaving. It's kind of tough to tell because it's like the dove is just now flying off of one hand and the other one's staying. So it kind of gives me that indication that there needs to be some kind of balance. And if there's no balance, then it's not going to last, and that energy will fade. This energy will fade too, because I feel like you've learned all your lessons and now you know how to act in a sense. And it's not that you didn't know how before, it's just now it's more clear, and maybe in the way you present yourself in relationships. And then the potential outcome here is the Five of Pentacles, the Knight, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. This is the only card that really lets me know that there's possibility that you've been waiting on love, and even if it's a small dose of it, you're just still looking for love. And maybe you just feel like there's just an ounce of love left in you for maybe this situation, or maybe you're thinking, maybe I need to start just loving myself first, because this could also represent self-love. The Five of Pentacles, though, this talks about somebody being left behind. And when you look at the dove over here again, remember, it's almost as if one of the two are flying away. And I don't know if Temperance can bring that back together. But at the same time, whoever this reading is for, you are taking slow and steady steps, and you're just going to go one step at a time and give it the patience that it needs. You're willing to do that. In the Page of Cups, I feel like this is you wanting love, or I don't feel like you're searching for love, but I'm thinking that you could be looking for love, because this is watching and looking, waiting, and maybe you're just waiting for the right person to come along. I did pull a Dream Decoder card, and I am going to clarify each of these cards in just a moment. The Dream Decoder card talks about clothes. I'm not going to read every bit of it, but it said here that if the color and condition of the clothes are significant, if they are gray and threadbare, you may be lacking in self-esteem, or feel you aren't realizing your full potential, which this could be here. That's why you feel like you're maybe being left behind here. Brightly colored or designer items may indicate you feel on top of things, or would like to be. If you're wearing the wrong outfit, that's a sign you have problems accepting who you are. And wearing someone else's clothes suggests there's something about that person that you admire or can learn from. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Not that I feel that here, but the only card that would make me feel that is this lack of self-esteem. You know, feeling like you're going to be left behind. Alright, I was going to use this deck for that. Let's see what we come up. Whoa, okay. Ooh, the Magician. See, I do feel like you're the one that, whoever this is for, you're the one that's in charge of this whole scenario. You created it through the divine. You manifested this. This is something that you wanted. And maybe you were basically asking for a lesson, like, what is my lesson with this person or this job or this situation? What is my lesson here? Because it feels so volatile. It feels like it's going to just explode at any time. I think you're putting yourself to the test, asking the divine to really put you through the ringer so that you can find out what your flaws are. And I think that's a beautiful way to do it. Ask the divine, what's wrong with me? Am I doing something in relationships or work? Or you know what I said a while ago. Anyway, let's look at the Hermit. Now the Hermit is clarified by, okay, well, this kind of makes sense. This is ruled by Virgo and Gemini, because it's ruled by the planet Mercury. And the star is Aquarius. And the star here is always about healing, blessings, new beginnings, and a lot of hope. So you've been having a lot of hope for this situation, but I think you're at the point, or in the past, the Magician and the star is like, before this showed up, it's like this is what you were hoping was going to happen. You were hoping that this situation with whoever this person is, or if it's a boss or whoever it is, and it could be you just getting yourself back into your orderly type of way of being. So let's keep going. And this also talks about healing, which is one of the major factors here. Maybe you're needing to heal yourself once you've gone through this situation and you're starting to think that, maybe it was me that was volatile. Anyway, the Strength card. Ooh, there's something here toxic. Let me relook. Hold on a second. You may have gotten yourself into something that you weren't prepared for. And you didn't realize that what you were approaching, again, it can be a situation, person, place, whatever. I don't think you realized how volatile and how toxic this person was. And it could be the Emperor. Volatile, volatile's definition, it can be chaotic, it's out of control, there's no self-discipline, things on that order. I don't feel like the devil is about addictions. I think it's just somebody that is just totally not who they are. I don't think it's you either. I think this is an approach you made to somebody, or a situation, or a job, or a boss, something like that. Let's clarify the Emperor. So the Emperor is showing up with the World card, which tells me that this is the end of a cycle that you are done with. And I do, at this point with the World here, it's telling me that you have become, you recognize that you need to become to who you truly are. You need to be, and actually when I was shuffling, that thought kept coming through my mind. You need to become, and it wasn't that I was talking about me or anybody in particular, but it was like, we need to learn who we are as a masses, as everybody. And it is happening. I mean, you went through a lot. You had expectations and they fell. They fell through the crack. But you are actually, whatever you did was the right way to do it. And this is like a confirmation. That's beautiful. Wow. So you were definitely backed by the divine. Look at all of those cards. Every one of them is a major arcana. You are definitely being watched and cared for and blessed. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is you getting back into order. Maybe this is something you do that's creative. It could be painting. It could be some kind of special project that you're working on. But again, with the butterflies, I feel like maybe the butterflies at this point could just be recognizing that you've been through a transformation. That what you did, you came out of it and you survived. Now the Seven of Wands is showing up. Now this is always protecting. To me it's a lot like the Nine of Wands, but this is protecting something or yourself. There's something very secret behind that door that you're holding back on. And maybe it's something to do with what you're working on. Maybe it's a secret for right now until you're ready to release whatever that project is. It could be something that's very important, and it could be something that you may be planning on as a business. Because the next card is the Three of Wands. It could be that you're creating something and you're going to just keep it a secret and you're going to just wait. And maybe you're waiting on some kind of balance. Let's see what this is about. Let's clarify the Three of Wands. Watching and waiting for your ships to come in a sense. You must have, I bet what happened here, I feel like with what happened up here, it kind of made you feel stuck for a while, but you did break out of it. You did break out of it. Because I feel like with the blocking here, you may have been blocking some of that negative energy. But you are waking up, and you are gonna release this sense of feeling stuck. And remember, the swords are in your mind. It's in your mind that you're stuck, and you're probably not. But because you feel this way, I believe that's why temperance is here. It's like, have patience. We're going to remove those blocks. We're going to remove this block and this stagnation. We're clearing it up. And then there's the Eight of Pentacles again. Whatever the divine is working on you with this temperance card is basically saying, we're going to get you back to work again. And then it started here. And then after it ended here on the top cards, then it starts over, and then there's the Eight of Pentacles. Here, we're going to put you back to work. You've got something that you want to do, and you need to do it. Do it. Don't hold back. Don't let blocks get in your way. Which this could actually be part of the cycle that you're going through. God, you must have asked for some torture in your life, whoever this is for. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean it in a way that you're seriously wanting to be the best that you can be. And I think I'm going to title it that. Because you are pushing yourself in every direction that you can think of to get you to the top of the tier of reaching the divine, or whatever your goal is. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles. This is where you start feeling doubtful. It's like you have doubts. You feel like you might, actually, you may be left behind by people. And you may be left behind with whatever this situation was up here. You may be walking away, or they may be leaving you because you're not what they thought. It could be mutual. It could have been two people or two energies that just clashed, and it just wasn't working, and maybe it needs to dissolve. And now you're feeling this is a lack of self-esteem too, so don't get too caught up in that. Just take it as a lesson learned. If that's what happens here, if it doesn't ever evolve into something, let it go. Don't wait. Well, of course you're going to, because I see that you've got that Knight of Pentacles. But this is like saying you waited for a long time for this to come to some kind of fruition, but it never happened. It never did. Or at this point, I should say, it hasn't. And let's clarify that's the Knight of Pentacles. Remember, this is a very slow moving energy. It could be taking a moving somewhere special or somewhere different. Or it could just be an indicator that there's, you have a plan and you're going to stick with it. And maybe this is just you taking your time to walk through it thoroughly. You don't want to rush it too much. The Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups could indicate that there might have been, I'm not going to go there because usually in reverse it means what I was going to say here. I think, to me, that Three of Cups is like saying that you are doing the right thing by taking your time, because when you do get to the goal, which you eventually will, you will be so happy, and there will be celebrations and people around you with that are like-minded like you. And it could just be that you're going to just be totally happy. And you may even decide that, with the Three Cups here, I always say there's two, one in each hand, and she's pouring it into a huge one, which would be the Ace of Cups. Maybe there's a new love that's coming your direction. Maybe whatever didn't work out here could have been a relationship, and now you're starting to see that there's a possibility. And maybe you're waiting for a new potential person. And that's why we got the Page of Cups. Let's clarify that. Page of Cups. That's you. This is the Queen of Wands. This is somebody that's got that energy of creativity. Somebody that has a very strong will, and they can overcome things easily. usually very beautiful person. Out of all the queens, they say that she's the prettiest of them all. Boy, we have a really strong person here, whoever he or she is. I feel like it's a feminine, but I could be wrong. You can flip the genders if you need to. But there's somebody here that's has a very strong willpower. I don't know if I don't really, yeah. Yeah, let's just leave it at that, because this is somebody that can make things happen for herself. She does her self-manifestation. She can bring things to her, and she knows how to do that. And she's very much self-aware of who she is. And on the bottom of the clarifying deck, yeah, this whole thing was like a lesson learned. And I think you put yourself to the test. I really do. All right, you guys, I hope that this helps, whoever this was for. And you guys have a good day, and thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I appreciate it so much, and we will see you next time. Until then, namaste. Bye-bye.